So I got another user submitted question from Capo Larry, who says, would love to see your Mafia 2 review. Also, what are your thoughts on Mafia 3 since it's so different from its predecessors? First of all, thanks for the comment. I will review Mafia 2 sometime, but I have a lot of reviews to get through and I want to review Mafia 1 before I review the second one, so expect it soon, but not too soon, probably in a few months or so. Before I talk about Mafia 3, I want to let everyone know that Mafia 1 is one of my favorite games and Mafia 2 is not quite as good at all. It does a lot of similar things, it does a lot of things right, but it just does a lot of them a lot worse. Has the same structure as Mafia 1, it's almost there, but it has a lot of shortcomings. If you want to hear more about my opinion on Mafia 2, then check out my last video, the link's on the screen at the moment. Now, I'm not a believer that a sequel can retroactively make a game worse, because that's just ridiculous. Mafia 1 stands well on its own, and it doesn't need any sequels, but it has them. It has Mafia 2, and it has Mafia 3 coming out. Now, initially I was disappointed by Mafia 3. I don't think it looks like a bad game on its own, it just doesn't look like a Mafia game. It's not starring the Italian mob, and everything looks a bit too bombastic and not really handled with care. Mafia 1 and 2 are very deliberately paced, they're pretty slow paced, they're both really slow to start, and Mafia 3, from everything I've seen, is very explosive and open worldy and actiony. Not long after the initial trailer, a gameplay trailer came out, and it looks okay, but it still looks way too arcadey to really compare to the other Mafia games. But what I'm most skeptical about is all those side missions. I'm really afraid that there'll be a lot of filler in this game, and that really bums me out. It's really giving me Vietnam flashbacks to all those Ubisoft games like, you know, Watch Dogs and Far Cry 4, but you know, maybe it can overcome the odds. There are some games that do this kind of open world side mission things a lot better than Ubisoft does, like, I don't know, Saints Row 2, but usually they're quite bad, or at least I think they're quite bad. It's a bit facetious to say they're quite bad since so many people love them, but personally I am not a fan. Now, with all of this said, I've softened up to Mafia 3 a lot since the game's announcement. Like I said earlier, Mafia 1 stands well on its own, and making a sequel to it doesn't really bother me. So with that considered, and with all the trailers that have come out, I've actually really liked the style of this game. The soundtrack is obviously going to be amazing, and I think the setting is really unique, and I'm looking forward to playing in it. I just want to stress how unique and interesting this game's style look, even if it's not consistent with previous Mafia games. There's a hell of a lot of potential here with this lead protagonist and this setting and this music and this style, and everything looks really, really cool. I approach Mafia from the perspective that it's not a Mafia game, and to me that's really easy to accept. Pretending that Mafia 3 isn't actually Mafia 3, the only thing that bums me out is the potential Ubisoftification of the open world design, and otherwise it looks like it could be a fantastic game, and honestly, with that considered, I'm really looking forward to it. Of course, it still actually is a Mafia game, and I'm still a bit bummed out that it's not going to be like the others, but I wasn't expecting much from this series anymore. I don't have any emotional attachment to it as a series, especially because of the second one. I only have an emotional attachment to the first game, and because of this, I don't really care that they're making another one that has nothing to do with the others. As a standalone game, it looks like it could be awesome, and as a Mafia game, it completely misses the mark. But in a way, that doesn't matter. So all up, I'm very much looking forward to Mafia 3. It won't be a day one purchase or anything, but I really want this to be as good as it looks. Like I said, the potential for a fantastic game is there, but the potential for a boring game is also there, so hopefully they sway towards the former. Thanks for watching my video, let me know what you think of Mafia 3, and send in more questions, these are kind of fun. Have a good one.